Have you ever wondered why it is often so hard to stay consistent in regards to language learning? Oft liegt es nicht an der Methode oder an dem Material, sondern an dem, was wir über das Lernen und über Sprache denken. Nos pensées, nos émotions à propos de langue déterminent tout ce que nous faisons. And that is exactly where a successful language journey begins, in our mind, in our thinking. Forse hai provato ogni metodo, tanti metodi, e nulla ha funzionato davvero a lungo termine. Ma dobra sprawa je, że możecie zmienić swoje myślenie, a tym aj wszystko ostatnie. So this is exactly what this video wants to do. It wants to raise awareness of the most important factor in successful language learning. So komm mit mir und lass uns gemeinsam einen neuen Blick werfen auf Sprache und Sprachenlernen. Which language are you learning right now? What language are you brushing up? Maybe for professional reasons, for personal reasons, for travel, or just as a linguistic hobby. Whatever it is that brought you to acquiring a new language, welcome. My name is Angelica. I'm a fellow language enthusiast, and I'm a language teacher for over 20 years now. And I made it my professional goal and my passion, really, to help people to have successful, lasting, and enjoyable language learning journeys. It's, I think, over 32 years now that I started to learn my first foreign language. And since then, I have realized how little we pay attention actually to one of the most important factors of successful and lasting foreign language learning. And that is the way how we think about language and language learning. Now, you see, I had the chance and the privilege really to study language and languages and language teaching and learning from various angles. I studied on two continents and 3 countries. I'm currently teaching on university level linguistics and foreign languages. And I'm kind of shocked and really amazed by how little attention we pay as a language learning and teaching community to some of the most obvious facts. And that is that the key to successful and lasting language learning is actually not in the material, not in the method itself, although there are better materials and less better methods and not so good methods. But none of these are a guarantee. The key to successful and pleasant language learning is actually how we think about language and language learning itself. What is our mindset? What is the frame of thinking with which we approach that? What do we think that should feel like? What do we think language is? What kind of concept do we have of this huge thing that language is, regardless of which language, whether you're learning Danish or Swahili, or whether it's Tagalog or any other language of the, 6,500 in the world. How we think about language, what language is, and how we can acquire a new language is the most important factor I have found in actually making any language learning journey a pleasant and not just superficially pleasant and enjoying endeavor, but actually one that really speaks to us as humans on a deeper level, that actually facilitates more self-discovery, more community, more compassion, more understanding, and also more linguistic expertise. So I am really, really passionate about sharing my findings of my studies, of my experience with others in regards to foreign language learning. In the next video, I will talk a little bit more about what, for example, unhelpful mindsets and language learning myths are. Because we cannot talk about a good way of thinking about languages without actually deconstructing the not so good ways of thinking about language learning, ways that torpedo our best efforts. In the end, how we think about language learning very much determines of how we show up to the glorious, but also to the quite mundane, ordinary tasks that are involved in acquiring a new language. Regardless of the method that you have, the material, the immersion options, maybe the teacher, the community you can practice your target language with, how you think about language and language learning is the key to success. And in the next video, I show you some examples of what I actually mean of ways of thinking and feeling towards language and language learning that actually torpedo our best efforts sometimes. But one important question before we actually get to video number 2. What kind of language are you currently learning? Let me know, I'm curious. I love to hear from you. Is it a language that you already studied before and are brushing up now? Is it a language that you're diving in and it's totally new for you? Is it something that you always wanted to learn, or you have come to it just recently? Let me know. Also, as much as you want to share about how you came to pick that language, is it for personal reasons, for professional, just cultural or linguistic curiosity? I would love to get into contact with you in regards to that. I love to hear stories. I studied literature also, and I'm married to a church historian. And so I am always fascinated by stories. I'm fascinated by what they tell us about ourselves and about life realities in this world. So let me know in the comments below, what would be a language that you would want to learn or that you're currently diving in. Thank you.